What's up, party people? Welcome to episode 2 of my Segita shooter progress series. Just to recap, in this series, I'm going to be leveling my Segita shooter. I'm going to be trying to max out my Meisters and complete as many dungeons as I possibly can. Rules for this include not being able to trade with other players, not being able to use the agency, and not being able to use the D-Shop, and I am allowing event items in this series. Anyway, let's get this party started. So the first thing you're probably going to notice is that from the first episode, I jumped quite a few levels. I jumped all the way to level 138, and this happened because I set up battle support in Doomed Maze. It wasn't the most efficient place for me to set up, but I just wanted to set up somewhere so I could start getting some levels, and so I could start getting some Materia Spirit pieces and stuff like that. So yeah, I went ahead and I did that. Another thing you're going to notice is that I am going to be acquiring some kind of random items throughout the game, and throughout the series, and that's going to have a lot to do with the fact that I will be doing my daily dungeons every day, and I will not be showing every single time I do daily dungeons. So, and I also was planning to take advantage of the Classic Stash event for as long as it was going on. So yeah, that is kind of where I am starting. But yeah, after doing my daily Norak dungeons, I headed over to Doomed Maze to try the Doomed Maze Python Castle solo dungeon for the first time. My first run through Doomed Maze went really well. The Doomed Maze solo dungeon went really well. I didn't have any issues with it. My Segita shooter performed just fine. Once again, the main reason I did this here is because, well, I wanted to try the solo dungeon for the first time, start working on getting one of the titles that's there, and also it does give pretty decent experience at my level. So yeah, nothing really special here, just ran through and completed this dungeon. After that run, I decided that it was time for me to go unlock my Trans 1. So I headed over to Space of Pilgrimage, and I completed the Trans 1 quest. It's not terribly complicated. As you guys know, I don't feel the need to show the entire thing. If you do need a guide on it, you guys probably already know that I have one on my channel. But yeah, I went ahead and got my Trans 1, and after that, I went to go and check out my new skills. We got a Strape, whatever. I can't pronounce shit, so let's give it a go. 2 hits, that's not super exciting. And then I should probably slot my Trans. This is what the Trans up looks like. Looks kind of cool, honestly. It's pretty unique. Unique colors and stuff compared to other classes. Not bad. The cannon casting time is slow, but the handgun looks better aesthetically. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, the cannon does look a little obnoxious. Alright, so we've got Chronos. Let's check that out. That looks like a nice skill. There's a decent amount of hits there, so that's cool. And then this skill, Static Armor. Gather energy from inside to improve mental power. Does this increase damage? 8200. Damage reflection and increases resistance to all attributes. Yeah, actually that does increase that quite a bit. Okay, so it's just like a defensive buff. Lasts for 5 minutes. It's only activated in the trans state. After checking out those trans skills, I decided that I was going to go and do my level, I think it's 130, Space of Pilgrimage solo dungeon, just to try it out, and also to start working on getting those titles. During this run, I wasn't strong enough to kill all of the bosses, so I didn't get really any of the titles, but I did come back at a later time when I was stronger, and I have now unlocked all the titles in this dungeon. At this point, I realized that I was now strong enough to be able to survive in the Arcadia Purified area, so my plan was to kind of set up there and battle support there overnight and kind of just see where I ended up at the next day. Before doing that, though, I did do a couple of the daily quests that are there. They do actually give very large amounts of experience, which is really nice. So I did take advantage of that, and you get some 5-minute Arcadia protections and stuff like that. But yeah, so I went ahead and I set up in Arcadia, and yeah, let's see what level I get to. Upon logging in the next day, I saw that I had made my way all the way to level 163, which is pretty nice for doing nothing. But yeah, so I got to level 163, and then I decided I was going to use one of my mana crystallines that I had gotten from the Classic Stash event to exchange for an MC1, which would be a nice little upgrade for my character. I knew that once I got to the Heffron stage, I was no longer going to need that. But, you know, in the meantime, it was kind of just a fun item to use. And, yeah, so I went ahead and I got my MC1. After this point, it was time to open up another one of my leveling packages. So, Anyway, so let's go ahead and open up my stage 4 package here. So that's cool. So we get our Apprentice Tiesto Airy, which is actually a pretty decent ring. So I'm definitely going to throw that on. We'll take off the blurry tier for now since I don't have it upgraded at all. And then we have our armor and our weapon ticket. But first I'm just going to stack my potions. Which is good. And then maneuver survive. But this is just to help get your Squama a little faster. So that's nice. And then the stage 5 one is when you hit level 170. So, gonna wait on that. And then, yeah, so let's exchange the armor and the weapon. So you're gonna come here, weapon exchange, and you're gonna exchange, and I want the pierce. So now I've got myself a +9 Zephyr, which has 2,600 to 2,800, which is a pretty nice upgrade over this. The only thing is this is really weird. They didn't put a lot of effort into this weapon because, look, it doesn't have like a level or anything. That's really weird. I've seen a couple of other people do it. Only one per character, yeah. So I'm guessing that since I migrated the account and then I made the character right away, that's why it was in my cache inventory. Or at least that would make sense to me. So we got my free 130X set now, which is pretty schwanky. So we're gonna throw all this on. The only thing that I'm probably not gonna use is the helmet, because the MC1 is just gonna be better. So I'll just keep that on there. So after getting my new weapon and my new armor, I decided that I was going to socket my new weapon. Any reason to save the 3% and the 4% ones? No, there isn't, St. Nick. I was just using the ones that weren't as good first, but I'm not going to use them all in the long run. I think I'm going to get to, since this only costs 3K, I think I'm going to get to 3, oh, yeah, look at that. I was going to get to 3 slots before I even used any gems, but, oh, that was easy. It's the easiest 4 socket I think I've ever had. In the sense with this account, I'm not like trading with any characters or anything, or trading with anyone or using the agency. I need to kind of utilize what I have to the best of my ability. You know what I mean? So I don't want to just like blow it all away. So like for example, I'm going to use these. Probably going to use my 5% lightnings in this weapon. At least that's what I'm thinking, if I have enough 5% lightnings. Because once I get to my Heffron weapon, I'm going to need to socket that one too, and probably do lightning damage. So I think I'm actually not going to put lightning in this weapon. Yeah, I'm going to do poison. I'm going to do poison. We're going to do poison, because I'm not even going to be using this weapon that long. Where do you get the mixed gems? I mean, like 9% Vix and strength. St. Nick, mostly they're from the D shop. However, some of them do drop in other dungeons, like the Sizz Temple. Awesome. Been missing content or Decron content for some time now. Yes, this has been something that's kind of motivated me to play a little bit. Just kind of like I'm just kind of disconnecting myself from like the actual like server and stuff, you know, and just kind of doing my own thing. So next up, I decided it was time to play around with my blurry tier a little bit. This a little bit, just because having this at this gives me that 12%. Should I just go for the right tier? Oh, I guess did they make that easier to upgrade, or did I just get lucky? I don't know, whatever. But we got the bright tier, so that's pretty sweet. That's this is going to be 20% extra critical damage, so that's really nice. At this point, I realized that I was going to need seeds for runes, so I had saved my migration appreciation package on this account, which I was planning to use on my shooter. Once again, just taking advantage of one of the events to kind of get what I needed. So I went ahead and I went for that package. I'm going to use my migration appreciation package now, which I've been saving, because when you open this, it gives you some runes, and it gives you some other stuff too that are going to be very helpful. go ahead. I'm going to use these. Not using that at this moment, so. Pegasus is going to be helpful. The runes are going to be helpful. Holy water will be helpful. But the main thing I wanted out of this, I'm going to show you, is the accessories. This is the main thing I wanted. This is going to be really nice for getting myself some runes. So we're gonna pull on to all this. Using all the accessory exchange ingredients that I got, I was able to exchange those for Seed of Dreams at Wingo in Ardeca, and then from there I was able to buy both of the rune packages that you can get from NPC Jack, and after getting myself a nice arsenal of runes, I decided that it was time to head over to IB2 so that I could at least get to level 165 so I could go ahead and tackle my Trans 2 quest. So yeah, I ran IB2. I think I ended up getting higher than level 165. I think maybe 168 or something like that. But yeah, that was kind of my plan, and I am now ready for I'm sorry, not IB2. I'm now ready to go for my Trans 2. So I went ahead and I completed my Trans 2 quest. The only struggles I ran into were, one, when I went to the DK server, I DC'd, which was kind of annoying. And then, two, I got PK'd at least once while I was in the DK server. But after completing the quest, I was very happy about that, and I headed over to the Coliseum statues to take a look at what my new skills looked like. Alright, so this is what the Trans 2 looks like. It looks marginally different from the Trans 1, so they didn't really put a lot of effort in there, but whatever. And then, so this is make concentration higher to gather energy with thunder. Critical damage will increase temporary on the skill use. So let's see, vitality 198%. So it is a skill. I guess it's just a kind of a hard-hitting skill. It doesn't really seem to buff or anything like that. So actually, I'm going to put this down here. And then the other one is Ignore Divinity. Hold on. I should do it on this side so you guys can actually see it. Otherwise, my head's going to be in the way. So Ignore Divinity is this skill. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at all those hits. Oh my gosh. That's really nice. And then I didn't really look at Mystic Aim, so let's look at it again. Yeah, look at it. That's a lot of hits very rapidly. So that's cool. Both those skills look really good. So with my Trans 2 knocked out, that was about all I had left for that day. So I decided that I'd probably be calling it quits for the night. And I decided that now, since I had my Trans 2, I had kind of like my newer gear, and I was able to survive in Arcadia, that I was going to set up in the Arcadia polluted area. So, and I'd also gotten a bunch of those Arcadia 1-hour protections from the Migration Appreciation package. So yeah, I went ahead and I set up in Arcadia. And guys, I was incredibly surprised by how many levels that I got that night. And I know it surprised a lot of other people too. But you guys will just have to wait until the next episode to see what happens. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Questions, suggestions, as always, you can leave them in the comments. And until next time, take care.